Mark Glatt joins us. He's got me, Hermano, Ramon in the Grade 3 Kentucky Utilities Transylvania on the opening day card at Keeneland. Mark, tell us why you picked this spot for your horse.
Well, we obviously think he's a pretty nice colt, and hoping he can move on to the race on Kentucky Derby Day, the grass race, and just felt like it was worth giving him a shot. It's a huge purse, and he was very unlucky to have lost the last time. He was much the best horse, and we're just anxious to get him more ground. We haven't had the opportunity to do so, and so next week he'll get a mile and a 16th, and he won going a mile in his first start, and we've had to shorten him up for a couple of races thereafter, but really he should be undefeated going into this race.
March 26th, I believe, had a really sharp work on the main track at Santa Anita, 59-2. What were your impressions of what he did that day?
He worked well. He's an honest horse. He's pretty even keeled horse. He loves the train, and he put in a real nice work. That was a couple of weeks out or thereabouts from the race, and we'll do a little something with him prior to him shipping, but that was his last key work, so we wanted to get a good work into him going into the race next week.
Did he surprise you at all with how he's performed for you, or did you see in his early training that this one might be a little special?
We've been high on him really from the time he came in. He's been real forward. He went through a little stretch in the summertime at Del Mar where he started to back off a little. So I backed off on him, kind of let him kind of regather himself. He's a pretty good sized horse, and I think maybe we were just going a little too strong too early for him. And ever since we backed off on him in the summer, never took him out of training, but we just backed off on him and kind of regrouped and restarted with him in the fall, and got to working him in the fall again. And he really responded with that little break, and certainly ran really well the first time. But we were excited for his debut, and Flavian Prat had worked him, and so he gives you a pretty good feeling about a horse, what he thinks, and so we were pretty confident going in.
Last question, you talked about some trouble that he had in the last race. Give us a few more details about what the journey was like.
Well, he's not at his best sprinting anyway, and felt like he broke sharp. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, we've had a different rider on him each and every time he's ran, and the rider didn't know him very well, and I think got him back too far, kind of gave up position early position that if he'd have maintained, in my opinion, he'd have had a lot smoother trip, but he was stacked up. He steadied, never got his long stride really in gear until it was way too late in the race. And so, I think I'm a little biased, but I think with a clean trip, he'd have won, his third in a row.
Well, best of luck in the Transylvania and the ship across to Keeneland.
Appreciate it. Thank you.